Good afternoon, fifth graders. Today we're going to plan an investigation for a subject, and next week we're going to actually do research on our investigation and make a poster. So, can anybody tell me what this is? It's a flower. Very good. Have you ever wondered what a flower is? Why it grows like it does? Why it gets its color? Anything, just anything there's to know about a flower. Well, today we're going to plan for an investigation, and you can choose to do your investigation on a flower if you like, but I urge you to try to think outside the box and do something different. So, think of yourself as Sherlock Holmes trying to solve a mystery. And to solve your mystery, you have to map out your thought process on writing. Alright, so investigation is when you know a little bit about a subject, but you want to know more about it. For example, you know a little bit about dogs, but you don't know a lot about training a dog. So, in a minute, I'm going to pass out a planning for my investigation worksheet, but first let's look at some ideas that we could do our investigation on. Alright, so we could do our investigation on trees. Maybe you want to know more about trees. You could do it on a certain type of tree, like a pine or deciduous trees. You could choose to do your investigation on Michigan. And you could do anything about Michigan. You could choose to do it on the Great Lakes. You can do your investigation on cake or any type of food, but you could do it on how to make a cake or how to decorate a cake. You might know what cake is because cake's delicious, but do you know how to make your cake? Alright, you can also do it on basketball or pretty much any sport, but I'm going to put basketball because I love to play basketball. You could choose to do it on your favorite sports team, on a favorite player on that team, but I do more broad, like a team. You could do it on another sport like skiing, but instead of doing it on the sport, you could do it on the equipment. So maybe are there any new equipment in skiing, or are they dangerous? Are they important? And then there's a dog. You could do it on how to train a dog. So, right now I'm going to hand out your planning for investigation worksheet, but all I want you to do when you get your worksheet is to put your name, the date, and your topic at the top, and then I want you to put your pencil in the air so that I know that you're ready. Alright, looks like everyone has their ideas down. Alright, before we get started, I want you to keep your pencil down and I want you to put your hands, folding them in your lap, so that you're listening and you have your ears and eyes focused on me. Alright, so I'm going to show you an example of what you're supposed to do. So this is my planning for investigation worksheet. At the top I have my name, Miss Root, the date, 11/20/2012, and my topic, training a dog. So it says my map or diagram will look like this. This is in the circle. In the circle I want you to draw a diagram or a map of what exactly it is that you're talking about. So for example, mine is a dog, how to train a dog. So I have a picture of a person and a dog, and then an arrow going to the person having the dog sit down and telling them that they are doing a good job. My next arrow goes to a person having a dog sit and stay while throwing a ball so that they are obeying and not getting the ball but listening. And my next step is I have a person and a dog off their leash obeying the commands of the owner. And the next step, you draw what you will be talking about. So since mine is talking about how to train a dog or training a dog, I drew a picture of a dog. Everyone see that? Dog? Okay. The next thing you do is you draw a border. So the border is going to go all along the outside of your picture when we actually do our poster next week. But I want you to get an idea of what you want your border to look like. So for mine, I drew puppy feet. So you could do anything. You could do a bunch of dogs if you want, or you could do collars. You could do any type of border that you want. Okay, and the next step is it says the written information will be organized like this. So in this step, you write everything that you personally know about your subject. Next week, we're going to do research about things that you don't know about your subject. But right now, we're just going to talk about things you already know. So for training a dog, I know that the easier the command, the easier it is for the dog to understand. For example, sit or stay or lay are much easier than telling a dog to go get this or go get that. You know, it's so much easier when you have one word command and they understand it more. The next thing I know is always praise or reward a dog when they do something well. So when you do good on your homework or when you answer a question correct, you like to hear good praise, right? Dogs also like to hear praise. The next thing I know is once the dog starts to understand a trick, add a distraction to add difficulty. That's kind of like the picture I drew up here. When a dog starts to learn a new trick, it's best to try to give them something to distract them while they're doing the trick so that you know they really understand and are obedient. Alright, so now I want everyone to get started on their planning for my investigation worksheet. I want you to get started. I want you to raise your hand if you have any questions. I'll be around. I'll be around to help you. We also have an aide in the classroom. They can help you as well. So next week we are going to talk about, we're going to research our investigation, and we're going to go to the computer lab and look up information, and we're going to add to the back of this worksheet all of our research. Then when we're done, we're going to put this whole thing into a poster, and then we're going to display these posters outside of our classroom so that our fellow classmates can read them as well. So I hope that everyone understands the instructions. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.